is Mark Meadows. Have you seen this thing, this document that he produced, this PowerPoint presentation that they were presenting to members, Republican members of Congress in preparation for January 6th? This is insane. I tweeted it out this morning. It's over at Scribd. And you can actually read the whole thing online. It's titled Election Fraud, Foreign Interference, and Options for January 6th. This is the Chief of Staff to the President of the United States and the former member of the Cokehead Caucus, also known as the Freedom Caucus, but I call them the Cokeheads because, you know, they're all funded by organizations associated with the Koch brothers. But Mark Meadows. This is crazy. The talking points. It opens. It's titled January 5th, 2021. It opens talking points. The Chinese systematically gained control over our election system, constituting a national security emergency. Number one. Number two, the electronic voting machines were compromised and cannot be trusted to provide an accurate vote count. And hand counts reported by the media are not really hand counts and are easily subverted. Then they go to summary of domestic voter fraud. Occurred in 8 contested states: Michigan, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Georgia, Nevada, Arizona, and New Mexico. And what is he alleging that they found? Double votes, deceased voters, out-of-state and out-of-county voters, non-citizen or felon voters, fake ballots, ballot stuffing, and other illegal ballots in violation of state law. And then you go through this, and basically what they're doing is they're taking the vote totals as they were coming in from people who actually showed up to physically vote, which was mostly Republicans because they were not afraid of the pandemic, and noting that Trump was ahead early on as the vote totals were coming in. And then when the mail-in ballots get dumped in one giant pile which was mostly Democrats, and we all knew this. We all knew this was coming. This was why Trump wanted to stop the count. Remember, I mean, the night of the election, he was like, okay, let's stop the count right there, because they hadn't yet added in all the mail-in ballots. It's why he put Louis DeJoy in charge of the post office to destroy over 200 high-speed sorting machines to slow down those mail-in ballots. They knew it was going to be Democrats. And so there's all these graphs showing, hey, look at this moment. Suddenly the Democratic vote picks up. Well, that's when the mail-in votes came in. So what does he conclude from this? Key issue. China has leveraged financial, non-governmental, and foreign allies, including Venezuela, to acquire influence and control over U.S. voting infrastructure in at least 28 states. It is part of an ongoing globalist socialist operation to subvert the will of the United States voters and install a China ally. That would be Joe Biden. They're alleging he's a China ally. So what are they going to do? Brief senators and congressmen on foreign interference, declare a national emergency, declare electronic voting in all states invalid. And then for at the very end, it says, Vice President seats Republican electors over the objections of Democrats in states where fraud occurred. In other words, steal the election. This is mind-boggling.